Hello and welcome back to another Carnage Gaming video. Today I'm going to be going over the ultimate sensitivity guide for Valorant. So I'm going to talk about DPIs, EDPIs, sensitivity in game, scope sensitivity in game, and all sorts of other stuff that will hopefully help you get more consistent aim while playing Valorant. I'm going to be using the training ground to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. And right now we'll start by going over my sensitivity. And I think this is probably a pretty average sensitivity. So if you're looking just for, a good sensitivity maybe, go ahead and try out this one and see how it feels. So my mouse right now is 800 DPI. If you don't know what DPI your mouse is, either Google it or go into the software of your mouse and you can usually change the DPI of it. So I have 800 DPI on my mouse, and then in my sensitivity I have 0.4 sensitivity with a 0.9 scope sensitivity multiplier. So basically that with my mouse pad, if I drag from left to right, puts me a little over a 180 degree turn. So that's a full drag left to right on my mouse pad. Again, here it is. It's getting close to a 360 degree turn, about 270 degrees as a turn if we were to look at it as a circle. That's kind of where I like my sense to be, and that's where I would recommend maybe like, a 180 degree turn as a swipe across your mouse pad. I have a huge mouse pad, so that's also going to determine how far you're going to want your sensitivity to be, whether that's high or low. So right now, this is my sense. I'm a wrist aimer as well, which is something else to keep in mind. If you're a wrist aimer and you use your wrist to aim, you're going to want a lower sense than if you were an arm aimer who would want a higher sense, because you obviously have more mobility with your arm moving. Now, let's go over another pretty common sensitivity. This is for the people that play a little higher up. We're going to say 800 DPI with a 1 sensitivity. Now, for me, a full swipe across my mouse pad is now a 360 plus a 180 degree turn, so a 540, something like that. This is for those wrist aimers that have a smaller mouse pad. This definitely feels like a very high sensitivity, but it really just depends on what you prefer. Sensitivities are more about if you can get comfortable with them and stick to one. Like, you're not going to find a sensitivity that makes you play better necessarily. It's all about getting consistent with one sensitivity. So like, I've been playing on 0.4 with 800 DPI since the game came out. And that's what's made me a consistent aimer since then. And then also let's talk about scope sensitivity multiplier. So this is going to be whenever you're scoped in. And for me, I'm basically only scoped in when I'm using an op or an operator. So the scope sensitivity multiplier is going to multiply by your sensitivity in order to give you your new sensitivity while scoped in. So let's say I were to put this at 2. Well, then my scope sensitivity is going to be relative to my sensitivity, and it's going to become 0.8 as a scope sensitivity. So the reason that it's 0.8 as my scope sensitivity is because 2 times 0.4 is 0.8. So you multiply these two together to figure out what sensitivity you are rocking with for your scope. I have mine on 0.9, which gives me some like 0.37 number, something around there for my scope sensitivity. I like this because it's just a little lower than my normal sense. And I mean, personally with the op, I've just gotten used to it. I feel good with this sense. Anything higher, I feel like is too high for me. I even had it at 0.85 for a while. And I mean, I liked how that felt, but I think 0.9 has been my sweet spot. And I recommend honestly just practicing your aim with a bunch of different sensitivities and figuring out what you like the most. You can even go here and increase your sense and figure out what you like most. You can just change it, figure out what makes you most consistent, what feels most comfortable, and then play off of that. And then the main thing is going to be sticking to one sensitivity. If you switch your sensitivity up like every week, it's going to be much harder to become a good player and a consistent player. So you really want to stay consistent with your sensitivity and make sure that you're using the same sensitivity over and over and over again. So that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on. I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
We deserve it, we put the work in, we came together like a Sunday service, patiently waiting, it made me nervous, I got demons and servants, they steady lurking, mama told me I had greater purpose, ever since I was little, I wasn't certain, I got to searching and I found it worth it, look at my life, feel my pain,